Next question. Thoughts on Zion? Is the league forcing his stardom on fans? Does he need to expand his game?
Want to start with the first one? Just the thoughts on.
I think we have been a little unfair to Zion.
Okay.
And so a lot of people had the discussion this week. You know, All-Star reserves came out. Of course, All-Star teams came out. And I had a conversation with my boy James. James has been on the show a couple times. And so people, and I'm not saying that James is a full-blown person in this thought process, but there are really people out here who feel like Zion is like overhyped or that he doesn't deserve some of the praise that he's getting. Meanwhile, he's averaging 25 points a game and shooting 61% from the field. Like what? Though, to put that in perspective for everybody that's listening, I saw this tweet and it was remarkable to me. 25 points per game, 61% field goal percentage for a whole season. Obviously, he still has the rest of the season to go. Just those two statistics in the same season by one player has occurred twice. Charles Barkley and Kevin McHale.
Both has done what?
25 points per game and shot 61% or higher from the field in the same season.
Wow. Now, I saw another interesting stat. For a guy such as Zion to be shooting 60% from the field and 70% from the foul line, only one other person I can see that's done that. His name is Artis Gilmore.
Yeah, like
Artis Gilmore is the all-time leader in field goal percentage in NBA history.
Right. And we're talking about Barkley and McHale, who are two all-time greats.
On the 50 greatest players of all time. Artis Gilmore was a bucket in the paint. Get it to him, he putting it in.
And we're saying that Zion is overhyped, and he's literally doing stuff that we have either rarely seen or never seen.
My life hasn't never seen that. Like
LeBron
has never done that.
I've never seen Artis Gilmore play. Like
me neither.
In his actual career, like I could go YouTube.
I've seen Barkley and McHale play.
Yeah, like so. Not only is that what he's doing now. Granted, the Pelicans haven't been winning in the way that people probably thought that they would coming into the season, but that's not on him. I think one, they made the wrong coaching choice in Stan Van Gundy, and two, they've made poor roster decisions. Like Zion is out here playing the four next to Steven Adams. But people are asking why he doesn't average more rebounds. Because he has this big-ass Steven Adams clogging the paint for him and taking rebounds that would otherwise be his. So if, again, me putting my GM hat on, me putting my coaching hat on, if I'm in that position with the Pelicans, I'm probably not doing it a lot of Zion's minutes, but I'm at least putting him as the small ball five some parts of the game and just putting all shooters around him. Like, why not? You have to try to adapt to how basketball is being played today. And we can also see if he gets a big out on him on the perimeter, he's not like that big's not stopping him from getting to the basket. And judging by his field goal percentage, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses. So
I thought Brandon Ingram was taller. I'm sorry.
No. Trust me. I've done a deep dive on the Pelicans. I've watched way too many Pelicans games and been disappointed more so on their national TV games than I have been in their league pass games. But again, another topic for another time with the team. But as far as Zion has been as good as advertised to me. I think where a lot of people are caught up is that when we first learned about Zion, we was, watching his dunk highlights on, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, and people start instantly comparing him to like the most hype since like LeBron James. And that's kind of what stuck in people's mind, but they're not the same type of player. Like,
no,
LeBron was always meant to be a perimeter guy. I think we have tried to force perimeter guy on Zion, who's really going to be more of a technically undersized big, but he's a big.
Yeah, he's a Barkley.
Yeah, that's really what he is. He is new age Charles Barkley. He's not going to shoot a whole lot from outside, but guess what? If you tell him go get to the rim and get a bucket, he's going to do it.
Yep.
So I think he has done very well this year. He's done very well staying healthy, which I was a little skeptical of.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like the league is forcing his stardom on fans? I do think they have.
Yes.
I do think they have like 5 too many Pelicans national TV games.
Yes. But they want people to see him.
Yeah. Now that's the other side to it. Not only do they want people to see him, people tune in to watch him.
And I'm like, how in the world? And I'm yes, I'm going to say this because I'm a Bulls fan, and fine, you call it however you want, bias. How is it that the Bulls had one national television game that was not too long ago against the Sixers? And I'm still pissed about that game. But a whole nother story is you got that one game, and the Pelicans had a plethora.
Yeah,
more than my fingers.
They're in double digits, I think, in terms of national televised games so far. And you're talking about comparing them to what, the third biggest media market?
Third biggest media market in the league, man, behind LA and New York.
Yeah.
And New York don't get the same loving. And they number one.
Yeah, because they get away with New York because they put Brooklyn on TV. When as good as Brooklyn is, New York cares about the Knicks.
Exactly.
Like, let's keep it a buck, right?
Brooklyn care about the Nets, maybe.
Right. But
and I said maybe.
That's a hard maybe because most people just grew up being Knicks fans.
Right.
Like, win, lose, or draw with them, you watch the Knicks. Now, does Zion need to expand his game? Not necessarily.
I agree with that.
I think the older that he gets, naturally, he'll probably start taking more jump shots. But right now, if can't nobody stop him from getting to the basket, why change up what you're doing?
Right, because right now he's shooting 32% from three. He can hit it, but
That's not
going to be a primary thing where he has to do it.
But look, if this was 1996, people would be asking, why are y'all asking that big ass man to take jump shots? He's 6'7", 6'8", 270 pounds. Go to the basket.
My argument to that was, look at Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley would take jump shots.
Yes, but Charles Barkley was just that skilled too. Like Zion, no, when we're talking about expanding his game, the jump shot current state, I don't think is anywhere near as good as what Barkley had.
Barkley was a monster in the paint. You know
Barkley would beat you up down low and then surprise you after the fact, like, oh, you just gonna give me this? Okay, cool. Here you go. 18 foot.
He can hit them 20-footers, though.
Yeah, that's 20, what I'm saying.
23,
like,
he can hit it from out there.
He can definitely step out. And so Zion, that's probably going to be the next step in his game, but I don't think that's an immediate need for him. Like,
no, not right now. He's only 20.
And he's averaging 25 a game without it.
Mostly, right, yeah.
Now, I know we have this same type of talk with Giannis and, whether or not he should be taking jump shots and all that. Now, Giannis should probably just stick to doing what Zion's method has been at this point. Because we know the jump shot just isn't there for him now. Like, we have a lot more evidence for him that he just needs to stop taking those, whereas we're trying to encourage Zion to take more. So, expand this game. It's not necessary right now. I think he's been great this season without much expansion of his game. I do think he's going to continue to get better. Now, what is going to be critical for him is he can't age like how we've seen Blake Griffin age, right? Like, we used to all the highlights with Blake Griffin early on, and right now, like, Blake Griffin can barely get off the ground. I don't think he's had a dunk all year, by the way, Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
I've caught a couple Pistons games from time to time in passing. And even watched them play my Lakers. It don't look good for Blake Griffin. I'm just putting it out there. So, for those of y'all just joining us, this is the Price Check Podcast here on the In the Zone Network in the middle of our mailbag episode.